We have a very exciting one here. We have Allison Zisko and Andrea Lillo, which rhymes, from HFN. Welcome them. Home furnishing news. Let's talk about that and your roles there.
Okay. Home Furnishings News, or HFN, is an industry trade publication that we've been around for over 90 years, and we cover all multiple product categories, from furniture, textiles, housewares, tabletop, rugs,
home decor.
Yeah. And we write for the industry and across several different channels, all the different channels of retail distribution. So we've been at this show for many years.
Yep.
So you've seen the trends.
We've seen the trends.
Yeah, you
not for
watched
90
it.
years, not the two of us.
Yeah. That'd be weird. Yeah. And then what is your role?
I'm managing editor of HFN. I've been there for almost 13 years now. And I'm Andrea, so just people always call us each other's name, but I'm Andrea's Allison. So I manage copy and we write and edit. So we're a very small team. We're lean and mean. No, we're mean. Very
Not
nice.
so mean. Yeah.
Not that mean.
So you've watched the smart home grow up. Essentially over the years of reporting on it, right?
Right. And in not just housewares. I mean, I cover smart lighting. We do smart furniture. I mean, smart home is a lot of different areas.
A lot of products,
a wide range, yeah.
So I heard you guys have a survey.
We do.
And what is this about?
So our March issue, here we go. We did a consumer survey that that addressed the smart home as well as a couple of other product categories. But we asked consumers about their attitudes towards smart home, their purchase intent, what their obstacles were to purchasing, and I got my little cue cards here.
Please, go ahead and use them, it's fine.
Very old school.
Not surprisingly, voice assistants like Alexa are really popular. 44% of the respondents already own one, and 22% intend to purchase one. In terms of devices like small appliances, the numbers were a little lower. According to our survey, 19% already own a small appliance, but the intent to purchase was significantly higher. More than half said that they'd be interested in buying something like a smart espresso machine or a coffee maker, or something along those lines. And we asked them about what were the obstacles to purchasing smart home devices, and the number one thing was price. And beyond that, it was also security concerns and compatibility. So,
and that's tricky in this growing world of
absolutely.
many ecosystems.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still very confusing for them.
Yep.
So for those who own or use a smart device, again, security is the biggest concern, and 45% of the respondents said it was their biggest frustration. Another thing was unreliable technology. And the responses differed according to generation. So Gen X was the most deterred by price, while millennials were the most concerned about compatibility, security, and lack of information in the category. Baby boomers were most likely to consider smart devices unnecessary. So we have more details in our March issue, which is out in the bins here at McCormick.
Grab a copy.
Yep.
I noticed the reliability being 100% though for attributes that people want.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
At the end of the day, it still needs to work.
If it hasn't worked, then you wasted money.
Yeah, you wasted money.
Yeah.
And so there's definitely things that just cross the generations.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And just being here at the show, there seems to be a move towards. It not only does it have to work, but it has to be easy and it has to be intuitive.
Yeah.
And almost the less complicated it is, the better.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Now, what about privacy though? Have you noticed anything in that survey about privacy issues?
That would be under the security
Concerns? Yeah.
It didn't get that granular, but
Okay.
that's one of the big.
It's definitely a
issues out
concern,
there.
Yeah,
so
very
yeah.
big, yeah.
So speaking of the show
Yep.
that we're at, what have you all seen that has been interesting to you that you've been reporting on?
We've seen.
Yeah, we have a couple. We see a lot of categories. I mean,
Right.
smart home is really making its way to several different things, and I see some more like people for aging consumers or not elderly, but people who are just getting older. I saw one, got my thing here, iTemp, I think they're here somewhere. It's like a little, it was good because it's like a little towel you put on either your hair dryer or your oven. So if you can't leave the house with it still on because it's all done by GPS. And so if you leave the house with the oven still on, it will say don't leave yet, you still have to turn it off or something. So, and actually a few weeks ago, I mean, that's not only for aging people, but a couple weeks ago, it was boiling water, totally forgot about it, and then an hour later, I'm like, what's that smell? So, and I'm very young, so anyone.
I did the same thing, mentioned in a talk earlier today. They made fun of me for it. But it's not just the elderly, it's just all of us forget things.
Absent-minded, anyone,
One time I left a cord near the stovetop and it did the melting thing.
That's dangerous,
We were all okay. But I need a device like that. What was it called again?
It's called iTemp.
Yeah.
So
those are great.
Yeah, definitely. And the other one is, it's like a pill dispenser. It's called Priya, and it's like a home companion that dispenses pills as well as like helps you monitor your loved one. Like if you have your elderly mother and she has to check in every day with the companion, she takes her pills, and it records when she took her pills, if she was having a good day, bad day, or if she's not responding to her phone. You can ask the companion, from afar about like what's happening with her, or
you just explained a whole situation I need for that. Like I literally am the case use for that.
Yeah.
Because you want to be able to check in on people you care about, and you can't be there every day.
Right. So I thought that was really very clever and a kind of a nice way to supplement when you can't be there.
Yep.
And you can also have your contact, so if there is an issue, you can be called or something too. So I thought those were really interesting.
Cool. Allison, what did you say? Anything specific?
In addition to, we were talking about security, the smart mailboxes, I think are a growing field. We've gotten a lot of information in about those. Like Danby over here in Lakeside has a smart mailbox that when you open the door, it has a video camera that tapes what's going inside, and you can monitor it from afar, and it has a weight, it measures weight, and it's just an added level of security for it's not the same security we're just talking about in terms of your privacy, but making sure, keeping your packages safe. Everyone's getting packages delivered to their door, so And
that happens a lot. Packages get lost or get taken. It seems like quite a bit.
Yeah.
People who follow the UPS truck just so they can pick up the packages that the guy just dropped off.
Really?
I've heard of
that. That's a thing?
Yeah.
Now I'm nervous about that.
You need to go over there.
I know, I'm going to go get that thing after this. So do you see any trends this year specifically? Besides, I definitely feel like some of it's been around the elderly, which is great.
Right.
Nutrition.
I was going to say water bottles.
Yeah.
Water bottles don't hold water anymore. They can do that, but they also you can use plug in your phone, because it's all about charging. Everyone wants to know where the USB port is so they can charge the phone. We're seeing it in lighting and lamps. We're seeing it in furniture. Everyone's always, how many people here are down to 10%? You're always looking to,
I don't know.
You're always looking to see where you can charge your phone, and water bottles, you can take that anywhere. So, but water bottles also have other functionality, so it's not just carrying water anymore.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, there was one over in North Hall, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but once you connected it and you downloaded your vital information about your height and your weight and your water intake, you could tap the bottle 3 times, and there was a light on the bottom, and if it lit up 3 times quickly, it meant that you either had enough water or needed to drink more water. And then if it was a slow blink, you were good. And that tracking device was easily removed from the bottom, so you could put the water bottle in the dishwasher. So it was pretty cool.
Right.
Not to belabor the point, but that comes back to that question of, does that talk to my Fitbit? Does that talk to my other thing, my Google Watch?
Right.
Because if it doesn't, am I unwilling to get that?
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's another thing that I've got to think about.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And do you, obviously that's an issue. Do you see products addressing it enough? Or do you feel like, I feel like they're just kind of staying in their own bubble, and how do we see we can change that potentially?
Right, I guess it's hard because you do see, people see that one product and then they bring it home and they realize it doesn't work with anything else, it's very frustrating, and I think that is an issue. Like some people are not thinking about it to the end use. I mean, it needs to all work together. And there are so many systems, and everyone's confused, and it's always constantly changing and updating. So that's an issue.
Yeah. So you guys are Home Furnishing News. Again, you've covered so many things in the home that aren't connected, right?
Right.
What are we seeing something that's missing in the smart space and the connected space that's kind of you've been covering for a long time in the more classical space?
Oh, interesting. In smart home? I mean, I'm starting to see, like I talked about lamps before, you think it would be so obvious, like when you go to a hotel, you see your USB connection with your bedside lamps, but it's not really in residential.
Right.
It's slowly getting there, but you wonder why is it taking so long? It should be like a no-brainer kind of thing. And in furniture too, if you're sitting in your easy, chair, you're comfortable, you want your phone right next to you, it's starting to, you're starting to see furniture incorporating the USB drives and stuff. And you saw something with Storebound, right?
Right. They have that coffee table. If you haven't
Sobro,
seen it, the Sobro, Storebound Sobro brand. It's really cool. So that's an existing product. It's a coffee table that is Bluetooth enabled. It has speakers built in. It refrigerates. So everything is in your coffee table. You have the refrigerator drawer. You put your drinks, and you can have wireless charging. You can control your TV. So everything is built into this coffee table. So they've expanded that concept, and now they have a nightstand, and it also has all of those features. I don't know if it has refrigeration in the nightstand, but
I think it does. But
wow,
I don't know.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and it has a night light feature, and you can set the night light feature on your app to different levels of brightness. It can help put you to sleep. So it has like a
white noise?
White noise, yeah.
Oh, I need this.
It has a white noise machine.
Yeah, this is great.
And then to wake you up in the morning, it has that gradual mimicking natural daylight. So the light gets brighter and wakes you up. That's pretty cool.
I think also wellness is such a huge thing. And you see products here that focus on, like there's a thing called the Pepper. It's like a scale, so you can like put down, you need 300 calories of oatmeal, and it allows you to, it tells you when you put enough oatmeal on that scale, and so you can kind of record your nutritional intake, which is good if you're diabetic or just watching your weight or whatever. You want to see how much protein you're having a day. So like things that are incorporating nutritional, allowing you to track your nutritional intake too are really interesting, since wellness is such a huge topic.
Yeah.
You mentioned USB has nothing to do with wellness, but there are more USB chargeable devices here, I think. There's a scale, like kitchen scales. Some people don't want to have to worry about replacing the batteries in these devices, and they just rather charge them using USB cable. I mean, I don't know if that really qualifies as a smart product, but it's just something that
It's smarter.
Smarter.
Yeah. It adds convenience, which is what everyone wants at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right.
So you all have a magazine. You have a website.
Yes, we do.
Have you noticed any differences on the website? Are you doing anything different? Are you doing video more often, or have you seen any evolution with like how you relate with people online when it comes to your business?
I guess, and also with social media, you're interacting with people in a different way as well. I mean, we've been around doing this so long. When we started, we were just writing in the background almost, and now like we do video, and we're online, and we're in social media, so we're constantly in touch with people, which is interesting.
Our website's still in transition.
It's getting there, But I actually love print, by the way. I never want it to go away, and I like the tactile thing of it. We were talking earlier about beta and how you try a product out, and you can have this tactile experience.
Right.
I feel that way with print and with reading information. I just feel like I get it.
Right.
Well, sometimes also, if you're looking at a screen all day long,
It's nice change.
It's nice change.
Yeah.